What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Alright, so for today I have the 350 sub Q&A answer video. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody that submitted questions. I got about 26 questions, so it's quite a bit. I was actually not expecting that many, but regardless, it's really appreciated. So since I got quite a bit of questions, this might be split up into two parts. So in case if you guys don't see your questions in this video, definitely stay tuned for part 2, and I'll be sure to answer you guys' questions there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1, tacos or pizza? Now, I'm a huge fan of Mexican food. I love Chipotle. That's not authentic Mexican food, but you know, definitely tacos for sure. I love tacos, and I want to try authentic Mexican tacos. So Faith and Fashion TV, you should hook it up, bro. Number 2, favorite rapper. Now my favorite rapper for sure is Logic. I don't showcase too many rappers on the YouTube channel, but he's definitely one rapper that, you know, I try to put him into some videos every once in a while. Whether it be like an instrumental or, you know, an actual song. The most recent video that I featured him in was the Winter Lookbook. So if you guys haven't checked that out, definitely go check that out. And if you guys know anything about Logic, I think he's a 25-year-old rapper from Maryland, which is where I live. We actually grew up in the same county too, and his backstory is just crazy. If you guys have ever heard his songs, you definitely know of his story and like the things he grew up with and had to overcome to get where he is. So I think that in itself is just like an amazing story, and it's real cool to see that he really made it out of the lifestyle that he was living in, and he's definitely a role model for sure. I also really enjoy the fact that he's very humble in, you know, everything that he does. You know, he wouldn't be here without his fans. And that is the same approach that I do with YouTube. I really would not be here without you guys. So any and every chance I get, I always try to thank you guys for everything you guys do. And that really just means the world to me. Next question is favorite YouTuber. I think it's like bigger YouTuber. And another question I got was who is my favorite small YouTuber. So I'm going to combine those two questions. So my favorite bigger YouTuber is definitely the Hodge Twins, specifically Ask Hodge Twins. Their stuff is hilarious. Their relationship advice is just, oh man, it's so funny. It's not funny because if these are actually real life, what they do is basically they give relationship advice, but the way in which they do it is just straight up hilarious. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. It's pretty explicit and vulgar, but they're not afraid to share what they're thinking for sure. They give you real straight up advice. They don't try to beat around the bush. And my favorite smaller YouTuber is I don't really have one, honestly. A lot of the people that I do watch are people that I know, and of course I'm also a small YouTuber. So you know, I try to support like a lot of the people that I know and on YouTube, and just if you guys see me commenting and liking and all that stuff, chances are, you know, you're probably a lot of the people that I generally tend to watch, because honestly, I don't really tend to watch too many YouTubers, especially fashion-related YouTubers, but you know, I definitely try to show support whenever I can. So you know, it wouldn't be fair for me to single out only one specific person. Next question is weaves or extensions. I'm not too sure. I don't really know too much about weaves or extensions, so I'm probably just gonna say extensions, because I think that's like just like obviously extensions of hair. As opposed to weave, I think it's kind of like a wig. I think, pretty sure. Next question is jeggings or leggings. Definitely leggings for sure. You know, you just makes the booty so much nicer. Like leggings or jeggings are okay, but like if a girl doesn't really have that big of a butt, like it looks kind of weird in leggings. It just looks like whatever. But in did I say jeggings? In jeggings it looks weird, but in leggings, like you could have like a small butt and it still looks nice. So So definitely leggings for sure. Where do I live and where did I grow up? Now these are another question, or these are actually two questions that I put into one. So I live in Maryland, like I previously stated. And where did I grow up? I grew up in Maryland, but it's actually funny because in middle school and elementary school I went to school in Maryland. In high school I went to school in D.C. And in college, which I currently am in, I go to school in Virginia. So it's kind of interesting getting the whole like different, get a little bit of both or all three. DC, Maryland, Virginia. For sure, I definitely like DC and Maryland better. They just seem more lively. Virginia is very chill. But if you guys are ever like thinking about visiting DC or the DMV in general, I definitely recommend hitting up Georgetown for sure, especially in the spring and summertime. You will have a blast there. It's real nice, a lot of good food, a lot of shops. It's by the water. Definitely go to spring and summer place for sure. Next question is Jordans, LeBrons, Kobe's, or Nikes? And I think it's just like, I think what they mean by Nikes is just like things like Roshe Runs, Nike Air Forces, Dunks, like stuff like that. I definitely have to go with Jordans for sure, just because they're more iconic. Like Nikes are cool, don't get me wrong, but Jordans are just, like people can spot them like that. So definitely Jordans. Next question is, if I could choose to cop all of the 11s or all of the Air Yeezy 2s, definitely the Air Yeezy 2s for sure. I'm not too big of a fan of the 11s, honestly. The only 11s I actually do like are the Tuxedos. And plus the Adidas Yeezy Boosts aren't really... the people are like on the fence with them. Like people either like them or they hate them. So I think that really drives the demand for Air Yeezy 2s. So for sure, if I could cop any of the Air Yeezy 2s, I'd do it in a heartbeat. So the Yeezys for sure. Next question is, would I rather be rich or famous? Honestly, I feel like these kind of go hand in hand, but not really. Being famous would be so much more fun. Like, aside from the paparazzi, like you get to go to like all these parties and like hang out with all these celebs and stuff like that. But I think the more practical answer would probably be just to be rich, because like who wouldn't want financial stability? Plus like you still get to have all the fun and like live a pretty normal life. But I think being famous would be cool and fun. Imagine that, just like hanging out with A-list celebrities. Next question is Troopanoid 101 question mark. I think this question refers to, why is my YouTube name Troopanoid 101? Well, the reason why my name is Troopanoid 101 is because that was my AOL or AIM screen name. Now, if you guys don't know what AIM was, it was instant messaging that was like really popular way back in the day, like 2005, 2006. And I remember at the time when I first made it, I didn't really know what to put. Like, I always liked the 101 concept. Like, I remember like G-Unit Stunt 101. And I'm thinking about old school, but yeah, I really thought that like it was so catchy, the 101 thing. And if you guys don't know, I am Filipino, so I don't know. I just kind of put like Pinoy, and like I don't know. It just kind of like happened where I was like, I really wanted to show that I was true like Filipino, so I put Troopanoid 101, and it just kind of stuck. All right, next question is, if I was a doctor and 3 people came in to the office who needed organs to live, and 1 healthy, innocent man came into the hospital with all perfect organs for a checkup, would I kill the man to save the 3 other people? Now, this is not really that hard. As a doctor, you're not, like, that's a code of ethics. You're not supposed to kill anyone, obviously. There's just so many things that, yeah, there's a lot of gray area with this, but honestly, it doesn't justify killing 1 person to save 3 people. Is, as bad as that sounds, it's the truth. Like, if you're a doctor, you should know what you can and can't do, and you shouldn't. No one has the right to choose who lives and who dies. Regardless, no, I would not do it. Next question is favorite sports team. I don't really have a favorite sports team. I used to be a huge fan of the Celtics back in the day, but then so many things went wrong with that team. They lost Doc Rivers, Paul Pierce, KG left, Ray Allen left, and then as of recently, Rondo left. So don't really have a favorite team at the moment. I'm a huge fan of Paul Pierce. He's probably my favorite basketball player. And you'd think that I would probably be a Wizards fan since he's on the Wizards right now, but whatever. So I don't really have a favorite team at the moment, but I just kind of, it's hard because teams change so much, like every season. That being said, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this Q&A short. So this is part 1. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2. Take care.